In this section, we are going to talking about object loader. Object loader is one of the most important concepts in Three.js. As you can see here, in previous sections, in previous episodes, we talk about the fundamental and the advanced topic of Three.js. However, you in order to use a different model, different 3D model, you have to create it from before in, for example, Blender, 3D Max, or Cinema 4D, and then after that, load that object from the source into the Three.js. As you can see here, there is actually a demo here. There is a Mixamo.com, which you can actually download different 3D model, different action, and afterward you can actually load it to your scene. In documentation, we are going to actually search it for the loader. There are different loader as we previously discussed. As you can see here, there is a, for example, obj loader which is for obj format file, and there is a JLTF loader, there is a 3DM loader, and so on. And let me just search for the FBX. FBX is not here in the documentation. However, you can see the other loader that represented in here. And as you can see here, for example, in Cinema 4D, we cannot import the JLTF, and we just able to export the JLTF. So we need to another application, for example, Blender, in order to import, convert the JLTF, for example, into the valid format like FBX. And afterward, when we do this conversion, we can, after importing in the Cinema 4D. And however, I personally use the Blender in order to convert the JLTF to FBX, and afterward I can use the FBX file format in the Cinema 4D. JLTF or JLB is one of the actually file format that you can use in the 3D environment. So let's find an example in the Mixamo website. As you can see here, first of all, you need to sign in, and after that you can see here there are different actions, there are different animation, and there is a character. You can actually download it here. So we choose a character. As you can see here, the basic character are here, and after that, for example, you can upload your own personal character, or you can download the these characters that are provided here, and afterward you can actually choose a animation in here and apply it to the character that you have chosen before. As you can see here, you can download it, and there are a file format option, for example, with a skin, without a skin. And in without a skin, you just download the animation. For example, in the game development, you can actually download one animation with a skin, and another animation you can download it without a skin. So one skin can have the different animation, and you can develop your game based on these actually animations. And there are other options here, for example, frame per seconds. And from now on, I just download this skin and animation together, and afterward we are going to use it in our application. We just have to copy the file that we downloaded and put it in our static folder. Let me just find my browser, and as you can see here, we can just drag and drop it in the static folder. As you can see, I just changed for example, the name of file. For example, man.fbx. It's just a name. You can actually rename it as you like. So we download the fbx file, import the loader, and we just need to actually load the file using fbx loader that are provided by Three.js. First of all, we are going to create a variable called fbx loader and assign the fbx loader from the Three.js to it and pass the file format as an input parameter. You just need the change the name. They should not be identical at the fbx loader method. And we just pass the address of the fbx file format into the loader. So as we previously discussed in the loader section, we need to actually specify a function, an arrow function, in order to get the object from the file, and after that we need to add those files to the scene. You can actually specify the function in here, or you can afterward append it to the loader. However, I typically use this syntax, and afterward we actually add the object to the scene. And as you can see here, we are not going to actually apply any changes. We just add the object to the scene and pass the return object to the add function. And as you can see here, and as I predicted, the scale are not equal and identical, and you can see that our object is loaded successfully. However, the scale of our plane of our environment is not equally to the scale of the object that we downloaded. So we need to actually rescale all the XYZ axes, and we have to actually pass the fixed amount of for example 1,0,0,1 and to the all axes in order to keep the format. And as you can see here, the object loaded successfully, and you can see that the basic object is loaded. However, we need to work on the animations. From now on, we are going to actually load some JLTF using JLTF loader. I just download some JLTF file format, or you can use the example provided in the Three.js examples file. I just create a function and assign the JLTF loader to the variable. I assign the variable, and we just going to pass the actually we are going to pass the object file name to the load method. As you can see here, we just load, and afterward we are going to use the functions that are going to pass the loaded object from the JLTF loader. From now on, we are going to create three main functions. The first function actually is used in order to get back the information from the loaded file. And the second function is referred to the XHR, which we can use it to console the actually loading file process. And the third function is represented in order to log the error. You can use this scene.add.jlb. However, we may have the error. However, in JLB file format, there are some metadata, as you can see here. For example, if we want to add only the object to the scene, we need to set that, for example, JLB dot scene. The object is not actually loaded successfully. However, we can see that there is no object represented in here. So we are going to actually pass to the documentation, and as you can see, it's loaded successfully. However, the file format is not representing our objects. So we are going to change the position of the JLB in order to see the object successfully. I actually predicted that our object is now inside the box. So the Ferrari.jlb file wasn't actually quite well. I just changed the file to the Flamingo, and as you can see here, it is typically so large. Afterward, we are going to actually rescale the object, and we can see the difference. And as you can see, our Flamingo inside the box, we just need to change the position of our JLB object, and you can see that we just need to change the position of our file in order to see it completely. And our Flamingo actually is now flying, as you can see in our environment. And There are also some animations, some actually metadatas inside the JLB file. And we are going to actually log the loading process. And as you can see here, there is a formula here that you can use this formula. You can see the time that actually need to load the object. For example, as you can see here, our object loaded successfully completely. And you can see here it's loaded successfully. And actually you can log the error using console log.error, and you can see the different error. For example, let me just change the file name. And as you can see here, you can actually see the error.